Hello, my dear students. Welcome back once again. So, yes, I hope everyone is now clear with chapter number 8. So, now it's time for another story. So, we are going to start with chapter number 9. Again, it's very different and very interesting story. I hope you all will like this story very much. So, let's start. Chapter number 9, the first Moccasins. Okay, it's very interesting and very different story. Children, so please watch the video carefully. Yes. Can you identify the different types of shoes here? Write down the names of as many as you can. Choose from the names below. Okay, children, these are different types of shoes. You just have to identify their names. The names are given below. Yes, we'll see the answers. Okay, the first one is canvas shoes. Second, boots. Third, flip-flops. Fourth, moccasins. Fifth, ballerinas. And the last one, Mary Janes. So yes, these are different types of shoes over here. So yes, this story is related to shoes, kind of shoes. Yes. So read this story about how the first moccasins were made. Long ago, a tribe on the Great Plains had a mighty warrior chief. But he had one weakness, extremely sore feet. All the tribe's people went barefoot, running swift as hares through the long grasses. But none of them suffered with sore feet like the chief. His feet were always red and rubbed raw with torn and tattered toenails. The chief knew that the other tribes laughed at him behind his back, and when he caught some of the children in his own tribe pointing and laughing, he'd had enough. He ordered his medicine man to find an answer or else. So, children, here in this tribe, the only person, that is chief, had extremely sore feet. Other people had good feet. That means they were able to run smoothly. So the chief was very annoyed and he wanted solution to his problem. Okay, children, let us see meanings of the new words. Tribe, a group of people who share the same language, history, religions, etc. and live together. Sore, hurt and painful. Tattered, in bad condition. He'd had enough. Something is so annoying that he could not bear it any more. The fearful medicine man thought of a plan. He commanded the tribesmen to gather lots of reeds and with them weave a long narrow mat. Then he appointed 4 brave men to roll the mat out in front of the chief whenever he wanted to go anywhere so he could walk on it. When the medicine man showed his idea, the chief grunted, humph, and hid a smile. It worked pretty well for a while, but whenever the length of mat ran out and the chief had to wait for the 4 brave men to gather it up and roll it out again, it annoyed him a lot. One day he grew so upset about standing there helplessly while the braves hurried round him that he roared, "This is absurd. I want the whole earth covered with mats, so I can go wherever I want, whenever I want, as fast as I want. He turned to the helpless medicine man and ordered, "Have it done by the full moon or else." Then he strode back to his teepee and would not come out, although everyone requested him to do so. So he ordered his medicine man to complete the mats before the full moon. The medicine man asked the tribeswomen to prepare mats at top speed and spread them out all over the earth. And the day before the full moon, the medicine man went nervously to the chief's teepee and told him it was done. So children, you all can see in this picture how the four brave men used to roll the mat, and the conical shape there is teepee. Yes. Now let us see meanings of the new words. Yes. Read: a tall grass-like plant. Absurd, very silly. Full moon, a time when the moon appears as a full circle. Teepee, a type of tall tent shaped like a cone. Okay children, let us read further. Of course, it was impossible for the mats to cover the earth entirely. The swift-footed chief didn't notice where the mats finished and stepped straight into a patch of thorns. He cried with pain and rage. Back in the village, the angry chief shouted at the poor medicine man, "You have failed me. Tomorrow you will meet your death." Okay children, now let us see meanings of the new words. Rage, a feeling of extreme anger. But by morning, the anxious medicine man had come up with his best idea yet. He had made what looked like two small leather canoes. Trembling, he knelt before the chief and eased them over his feet. They felt snug, they felt warm, they felt comfortable. Suddenly, the chief got the idea. "Humph," he grunted, and hid a smile as he stood up. He took one step, then another, then he strode away joyfully. And from that day onwards, all Native American people wore moccasins. So this was a very interesting and different story, and this is the way how moccasins were invented. Okay, let us see meanings of the new words. Snug, cozy and comfortable. Canoe, a light, narrow boat. Grunted, made a short, low sound in the throat. Native, connected with the place where you have always lived. Moccasins, flat shoes that are made from soft leather and have large stitches around the front. Okay children, let us discuss few questions. Let us see till now what you all have learnt. Yes. What was the chief's weakness? The chief had extremely sore feet. Okay, next one. What made the chief decide that he needed to find an answer to his problem immediately? Yes, when the chief caught some of the children in his own tribe pointing and laughing, he decided to find an answer to his own problem immediately. Okay, next. What plan did the medicine man think of? Yes, the medicine man thought of a plan. He commanded the tribesmen to gather lots of reeds and with them weave a long, narrow mat. So, whenever Chief wanted to go anywhere, he could walk on it. Yes? Okay, next one. Why didn't the medicine man's solution work? Yes, the medicine man's solution didn't work because the length of the mat ran out and the chief had to wait for the 4 brave men to gather it. Yes? Okay, next one. Now, did the medicine man's second plan work? Yes, the medicine man's second plan didn't work because it was impossible for the mats to cover the earth entirely. Okay, next one. What did the medicine man finally make for the chief? Yes, the medicine man had made what looked like 2 small leather canoes. Okay, children, let us see some pictures related to the story. Yes, first one is of reeds. Reeds means any of various tall grasses with slender, often prominently jointed stems that grow especially in wet areas. Nowadays, it is also used as a thin strip of wood in some musical instruments. Yes. Next one. This is canoe. Now, a canoe is a lightweight, narrow vessel, typically pointed at both ends and open on top, propelled by one or more seated or kneeling paddlers, facing the direction of travel and using a single bladed paddle. Okay, next one. This is a teepee. It's a portable conical tent made of skins, cloth or canvas on a frame of poles, used by North American Indians of the Plains and Great Lakes regions. Okay, next one. Moccasins. Now it is a shoe made of deer skin or other soft leather consisting of a sole and sides made of one piece of leather stitched together at the top. Historically, it is the footwear of many indigenous people of North America. Moreover, hunters, traders, and European settlers wore them. Okay, next picture, the Great Plains. Remember, children? Yes, the tribe lived in the Great Plains. So, the Great Plains is a large piece of flat land covered in grassland. It lies between the Mississippi River and the Rocky Mountains in the United States and Canada. Okay, children, now it's time for activity. Now find out some information about costumes worn by various tribes. Okay, children, now let us see what these people wore. So this is very different and interesting activity. I hope you will enjoy this activity. So children, I hope you all have understood the story well, and please read the story 2 to 3 times. Learn the meanings of the new words. So children, we end our session over here. Thank you.